What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, the Impact Builder, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., and we are here in the brand new suite. We're in the brand new suite. We're in the lab, and y'all know when we in the lab, I got something for you. What is this? This is what? This is what? This is Finish Strong Friday. Let me hear you say it. Finish Strong Friday. Let me one more time. Finish Strong Friday. I want you to put that in the comments there. Finish Strong Friday. Finish strong. That's what our aim, our assignment is today, is to finish strong. So I need you to put that in the comments there. Y'all know what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Today is the final day of the 90-day power play. 90-day power play is for game changers like you, and how you win before the year ends. Do you want to win before the year ends? Let me hear hoorah if you want to win before the year ends. I know I do. I'm putting my hand up too. I'm saying a hoorah too. It's time for us to finish strong, and the only way that we finish strong is by being prepared and doing the things that we need to do in this fourth quarter in order to be able to put ourselves in the position to be able to win. And here we are on this last day of the 90-day power play. And what I want to talk about really quickly, because I'm not going to be long at all. We're going to talk about today, finish with faith and foresight. I know this that faith thing may scare some people, and that's all right. If that's not your thing, that's not your thing. I don't never force faith on anybody, but I want you to understand that faith plays a part in your sustainability, in your clarity, in everything that you do. I know it does in mine. It may not for you. And if you successful, would you? Hey, you do you. But over here in the brand new suite, that's what our foundation is in faith. Because here's the thing that people don't understand. With faith, when you have nothing else to be able to lean on, when things are tough, as 2025 has been, and it's ending tough for a lot of folks and everything like that. Sometimes all you have is your faith to be able to hold on. My pastor, my bishop, called it. He wrote a book called "Holding On by a Shoestring." Holding on by a shoestring. Now, you may not be holding on by a shoestring. You may be flourishing and doing well, but you just kind of tuned in because you wanted to hear what this entrepreneur, with this leader, with this organization had to say about this 90-day power play. Cool. I appreciate it. Love you. You can tune in. But here's the challenge that many entrepreneurs, leaders, and organizations have. Many leaders, they end the year exhausted, not expectant. Is that you? Have you ended the year where you just feel he's totally spent, but you're not expectant? You're exhausted, but you're not expectant, because it's taking all of your energy away from you. And you might even have stopped short of reflection and revelation. And that's what we're here to do today. In this ending 2025 strong, I need you to be willing and open to reflect and have revelation. Those things that went well, those things that didn't go so well, those things that you need to adjust, things that you need to adapt, and those things that you need to let go. This is the fourth quarter, and in December, y'all know what I've done for the last number of years is we do a countdown for those things and people and things and people that we need to let go of in order to be able to go into the new year expectant and having the revelation of what is going to be new. Because here's the truth. Faith gives you courage to finish and the clarity to start the new season, the next season, stronger. I know that's what it does for me. In my faith, I'm able to every morning starting my day with gratefulness. What am I grateful for? My scripture reading, my journaling, my meditation, my visualization, all of those things that help me to be able to be centered and to be able to focus on the reflection and the revelation. because you have to do both. You have to have the look back in order to be able to move forward. And so I want you to be able to understand that. Reflect. Take a look back at your 2025. What things went well, what things didn't go well, what things could you have done better, what things did you lack in doing, what things do you need to kind of pick up more on. Hey Doc, morning. That you need to do more of going into 2026. That's what this is all about. That's what ending the year, finishing strong is all about. And not being afraid to tell the hard truth to yourself. Because before anybody else can tell you the hard truth, you got to tell yourself the hard truth. Finishing strong isn't about perfection. It's not about perfection. It's not about doing everything perfect, because none of us are perfect. You will never achieve perfection. I promise you. As great as you are, as great as you are, as great as I am, as great as all of us are, you will never finish. You will never be perfect. You will never be perfect. So don't think that finishing strong is about perfection. It's about positioning yourself for what's next. And I want you on this last day of our 90-day power play to ask yourself, what's next? What's next for, and put your name there, dot, 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 put your name there. What's next for you? In these next several weeks, ending this year, the next 2 months, because we got about a month, 2 months and a half, 2.5 months left. I want you to ask yourself that question each and every day. What's next for me? What does your, and we'll get into that next week because this leads us into next week. What does your 2026 look like? But I need you can't get to that until you deal with this. You can't get to 2026 until you deal with the remainder of 2025 and finishing strong. And that's the mindset that we have to have. So here's what I need you to do. Here's the homework for the weekend. I need you to write. I need you to write what I'm calling a faith and foresight letter to yourself. A faith and foresight letter to yourself. Can you do that? And here's what I need you to comprise that letter of for me. Okay. I need you to comprise that letter of what you learned this year. I need you to comprise it of what you're grateful for, and I want you to comprise it of what you're preparing for next. So I'm giving you those three things again. I'm gonna give them to you again. I need you to write your faith and foresight letter to yourself. This is to you. You ain't got to show it to nobody or anything like that. This is between you and you. But I want you to write that letter in terms of what you learned this year, what you're grateful for, and what you're preparing for next. And that next is 2026, 2027, 2028, what you're preparing for next. My 2026 is prepare for elevation. So part of what I'm preparing for next is elevation. And what does that prepare for elevation look like for me? What does it look like for my business, my brand, my organization? What does that look for? What does that look like for me? So I want you to do that. That's the homework. Game changers don't just finish the year. And that's you. You're a game changer. So you don't just finish the year. You set the next one on fire. Are you ready to set 2026 on fire? The 90-day power play. I did this. It isn't about just surviving the quarter. I didn't just do this just for you to just to be able to survive the quarter and be able to say, whew, I made it through 2025. No, that's not what it's about. It's about solidifying your legacy. Every day we build our legacy. Every single day we should be doing something that builds our legacy. And doing this 90-day power play, doing this faith and foresight letter, that's part of building your legacy, because you'll be able to look back in 2026 when you're feeling a little ways and you're like trying to pull things together. You can say, here's what I'm grateful for. Here's what I learned in 2025 about myself. And here's what I'm doing and what I prepared myself for in 2026. And so as you prepare for 2026, you have that clarity. Because I told you, we this 2020 2025 was about transforming from chaos to clarity. We're not going in to 2026 in chaos. I'm going to say it again for you because I don't think you heard me loud enough. And we are not going into 2026 in chaos. We are transforming from 2025 in this chaos to 2026 in clarity. So get ready for clarity moving into 2026. Prepare for elevation requires that you have clarity in everything that you do. So that's what I got for you. That's what we're doing. So take this weekend, write that faith and foresight letter to yourself. And if you want to drop it in your comments about what you wrote about, just the three things really quickly, drop them in the comments for me after you've done it. Let me know that it's done and what you kind of got, what you're grateful for, what you learned about 2025, and then what you are preparing for in 2026. So it's the impact builder. If you want to go deeper into this, if you want to be able to have the 90-day power play, we can sit down, book your strategy session with us so that we can gain that clarity that we're talking about and transform out of the chaos and transform into the clarity so that you have the 2026 that you not only have visually, but we can actually bring that to reality. So book that strategy session. We can talk about it. We can actually get you moving in that direction because I want you to be prepared for your elevation in 2026. So the impact builder. It's a great Friday. The Ravens are off this weekend. Thank goodness. So they're not playing. So I ain't gotta worry about them losing. but we're gonna be right back here on Monday, and we're gonna be taking the charge of lessons learned in 2025, beginning with transforming from chaos to clarity. I got a couple things in mind that I'm talking about. Transforming from chaos to clarity, the 10 commandments of sustainability, the 5 levels of leadership. Those are all things that I've talked about this year, and I want you to be able to embrace those things that you've learned this year in 2025 and use them to elevate you and prepare you for elevation in 2026. The impact builder. We out. Deuces.